What's good, fellas? What's good? It's your boy, Dr. Young Scott. First, I wanted to say, I know probably the sound, this is a part 2 of the last video. I'm going to tell you something. I want to apologize. If it don't sound that clear as I want, I might even just re-record that whole thing. But I'm gonna tell y'all on a spiritual tip of why this video I'm doing, talking about that last video, is important. I was talking about your spirit house and how it's important, and even developing it and knowing what it is, and also protecting it. I'm gonna tell you what happened, guys, and listen to this shit. How powerful we are as black men if you get into that zone. And you will see how other deities and the malevolent tries to stop you when you're walking in it. So that last video, go back and check it out. That last video, I'm gonna set the framework up for you guys to understand how powerful we are. That last video, I was up in my conference room. It was raining here where I live, high rise. It was raining outside, so the balconies was pouring down, so nobody really go outside. But I'm upstairs, and normally don't be nobody late in the evenings up here. I'm up here by myself, like I normally do. Quiet, TV volume was down. I was watching the game, by the way. But the game, it wasn't really watching because I was working. It was just in the background. But I'm up here by myself. Now listen to this real well, black men. Listen to this shit really well. So I'm up here by myself like I normally do, doing my vid. And a group of women walk in. They were Persian women. Most of them kind of like Muslim. But they come in, 3 of them, and they saw me in the corner working, and they were quiet. They was like, ooh, they were shushing each other. These are women, so they culturally have the respect for the masculine principle, just by default. And then follow me. So they come in, 3 of them. They go sit in the opposite corner of the room. They were quiet. They were talking amongst themselves, but they were quiet. 5-10 minutes later, as I'm recording, because I was kind of prepping for the recording, writing my notes out, doing all this and that. Then a black woman comes in, probably like 5 minutes after that, 5-10 minutes after that. Probably about 10 minutes. I'm gonna say 10 minutes. Some black woman comes in there. She's immediately, when she comes in, and listen to this, fellas. Immediately when she comes in, her energy already fucking with me. She comes and touches the TV, pushing buttons. She didn't ask me, did I have it on? Was I watching it? She didn't ask me shit. This is the black woman. This is to the opposite. She comes in hitting buttons on the TV. She was agitating my spirit already. So I had to stop the recording about 20 times because she stood up. And now mind you, it was quiet. There was nobody in here. And it was still quiet when a Persian woman came in. But when the black woman comes in, and listen to this shit, man. She comes in, she hits the TV, changing channels. Then she sits down, and she sat for a second. Then she gets back up, changing the channel to the basketball game, which it was already on. She didn't even know because when she came in, it was on commercials. But she just assumed whatever I was watching didn't matter. Or she probably just assumed, whatever, that I'm in the back working, I'm not even watching TV. She didn't fucking ask me nothing. They don't fucking give a fuck. The Persian woman came in shushing themselves. At the very least, the black woman comes in fucking with the TV screen that's sitting right in front of me. Didn't ask me nothing, didn't look over, and just quietly, nothing. So she stands up again, looking, I guess she's waiting for somebody to come in at the elevators. Now all this is going on while I'm trying to record the video. And I want y'all to understand how this spirit shit works. So she's waiting for somebody to come up the elevator apparently. Then she goes back and sit down. Then she gets back up, looking, then the elevator dings. Here comes her man, her broken hyena male. He comes in looking crazy and weak. Now I'm in the back chilling, and I'm observing this as I'm trying to record, but that tells you that the energy. Now I would have went outside, but it's raining, everything was wet as fuck, you know, and other people was in my other meeting room. Now I was in here by myself the whole time, and normally people don't come up. Now, and I'm talking about spiritual house, and tell me how deep that shit is. So the black woman, her boyfriend comes in, and she sits down, and he sits down. But check this out. What she did was, she got up again. She gets up again. Now mind you, I'm trying to record, talking about the spiritual house, this and that. She gets up again. She walks over to the Persian girls. I'm like, what is she doing at this point? What is going on? She's talking to them about something. Then the girls kind of was laughing. I heard a little laughter. Then she goes back and sit down. Now, in the meanwhile, while I'm recording, I see her dude looking at me, listening. Her black dude, her hyena male, but he's getting this fucking game. So she sits down for maybe 5 more minutes, watching a little bit of the game. Then she gets back up, go back over to those women. All this is why I'm recording, fellas, talking about spiritual house of the black man. She gets back up. Now at this point, if y'all listen to the video, people are getting loud as fuck. In fact, they were kind of loud almost in the beginning of the video, because at that point I had to keep starting over. So she get up, and then I don't know what she's saying to them broads. They getting all loud and laughing extra loud. Then it was just, but her dude was over back here taking in this game. Her black dude was looking. So she comes back and sit down for a while watching the game, pretending like she's watching the game, but focus on me. How do I know? Because she gets up again, stands in his face, like going over to, now their chairs are next to each other. Mind you, they got 2 chairs that sit next to each other facing TV. So she stands up just to walk 2 steps next to him and stand on his side so he won't be looking back listening to me. So she was in between him and I. Now, like Pimp God said, for whatever reason, he wasn't here, but he was just telling me, I broke it down to him last night on the spiritual plane of how that shit is. He said everything with black woman is everything. She could have been soft choosing in a sense to look at me and her ass. She looked whack too, by the way, some old hag. And also deterring her man to make sure he ain't getting this ism. So she goes and sit down again for a few minutes, then get back up. And at this point, I don't know what, she went back over to them Persian girls for, I think, for a 3rd time, saying something. At this point, it's loud as a motherfucker. And at first, I didn't turn the noise reduction down on the video. I said, maybe just let it go, because my voice is more clear. But that's why I sound low, because my volume was up at 200, and the music level was only at 5. I normally keep it at 5. So at 200 versus 5, that tell you how goddamn loud the bitches was at this point. So I'm gonna leave it up just so y'all can understand how important it is, and your presence as a fucking lion amongst hyenas disturbs them, especially the black women. And so she was able to manipulate the room for her use, the malevolent. Got those Persian women, because normally they're quiet and more respectful. They're not even loud like that. It was them, loud as a motherfucker. And the black woman just stirred up all the truth. and make sure her man ain't listening and getting this game, distracting him. That's how deep this shit runs, man. Your spirit house has to be protected. And once you get in this zone esoterically, you will understand exactly what I'm saying. That shit was deep, man. I was alone, and I'm dropping this game to y'all. But the more I was talking, the more they try to get louder and louder. And it was totally unnecessary. Because wouldn't that mean there wasn't nobody in here? That's some deep shit, black men. I want y'all black men to really start being aware of that kind of shit. I really want y'all to. And start protecting it and guarding it at all costs. And so again, I may re-record it, but I just wanted to throw that out there and just have it on record of really what happened. So check it out, and y'all see. You probably can't hear it because the noise reduction lowered my voice too, I think, because my voice is getting lost in all the loudness. You would think them bitches was I was at a football game, front row, with all that goddamn noise. It was unbelievable. I ain't never seen no shit like that. But I'm dropping spiritual game for black men, and the malevolent was sent just to come up here and disrupt me with that. I just wanted that on record. Deep shit, fellas, deep shit. But I love you guys. I want to drop that real quick. But just guard your house, man, and just stay developed, man, because you're going to start noticing a lot of shit uneasy, and it comes to you on all forms, man, all forms. But our women are not in our corner. That tells you right there. She is a straight program, and she functions straight out of the consciousness of white society and how she sees herself, and definitely how she sees the black man. That was some deep shit to witness that on the esoteric spiritual plane, man. Some deep shit. So again, if y'all love the content, man, please support the channel. I appreciate you guys. Love you, man. And I'm out.